on to the second vlog. So now we're about halfway through the book, a little more, actually a lot more. Well, not a lot, but like, okay. So what has happened? So in the first vlog, I explained how they like fell in love. They realized they fell in love. Everything was good. They both have cancer. Blah blah. So it's like working out. So now what happens is they decide to plan a trip to Amsterdam. And they go there because Hazel's favorite author lives there. And Augustus wants to take her to go see him. They're both kind of like nerds. So they go sorry. They go to Amsterdam and they meet him. And he has like this assistant. She's kind of like goofy, loony, but they go to Amsterdam, they meet the author, and they start talking to him. He starts explaining the one book he wrote that she like loved. He explains like all these things, and like they just get to talking, and then she realizes he is a butt face. Like he's a douchebag. Like he is rude, he is selfish, he's older, and he doesn't care about his fans. He doesn't appreciate the way Hazel is like obsessing over him and his work, and he's just overall rude. So she gets really, really upset and like angry. So it turns into like sad anger, which builds up, and she started like cussing at him and like screaming at him and like making him feel bad, which she should, because the way he treated her and the way he acted is not how any author who is that well known should act. So Augustus had to like calm her down, and then they leave, and then she like slams the door, and then that was the worst experience ever. That's not how you should experience when you meet someone that you like that much. You should never have to go through that. So she was really upset, and she started like crying, and she was like, screw this, I don't want to be here anymore, blah blah. But Augustus had to like calm her down, and then like they ended up going back to the hotel where they were staying, and they were like talked it out and stuff. And there's actually two quotes that really stuck out to me in like the middle of the book. So the first quote says, "That's the thing about pain, it demands to be felt." This kind of relates back into the first part of the book that I explained in vlog 1, because how I said Hazel got bullied a lot for her cancer. It's like no matter if it's physically, verbally, or emotionally, like pain or hurting, like it's gonna be felt. Like I don't want to say it like that. Like it's like no matter how much you don't want something to happen, like it could happen to you or it might happen. You know what I'm saying? Like for an example, like as much as you don't want to go to work one day, you're scheduled at 4 o'clock. You gotta go in. As much as you don't want to, you have to do it because this is what you signed up for. And that's like pain. Like no matter how much you may not want to do something, it's gonna demand itself if it's something you have to do. And that's how it was with this particular part in this book, because no matter how much she doesn't want to feel that pain physically, verbally, emotionally about the cancer, she's gonna feel it because it's cancer and it doesn't just go away. It's stuck into you. You treat it, or until you know what I'm saying. So that really stuck out to me because I actually lost my grandfather to stage 4 spine, lung, and brain cancer and skin cancer back in March. So it was really, really tough for me. This book really was kind of like a little piece of me that kind of stuck with me when he had cancer for the last 3 years, because of how traumatizing like I went through to do that. So basically, like the reason I fell in love with this book is because the whole cancer aspect of it, like I related. Even though I didn't have it, I related because me and my papa were so close. So it was just like, I understand where these teenagers are coming from. So yeah, that was the first quote that really stuck out to me. And then the second quote that really stuck out to me was, they were at the hotel in Amsterdam, and they were like cuddling and like laying in the bed and like watching movies and just like talking, and then this was the moment that it hit Hazel that she was in love with Augustus. And the thing that she explained and said was, I fell in love the way you fall asleep, slowly and then all at once. That is a very important quote to me because it totally makes sense, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, like, you fall asleep when you lay there. You turn your head and you lay there and you fall asleep. And you just slowly start closing your eyes, and then boom, you're out. And she realized it was like she was falling asleep, the way she was falling in love with Augustus. It slowly started, went from when she met him, and then boom, it just had her. It was like, I love him. So that really stuck out to me too, and like I said, I admired the relationship that John gave them when he wrote the book. So that's where we're at in this book, and the author really uses some unique patterns. Like I said, he really lays out the whole scene. You can like visualize it as I'm reading it, and I think that's pretty cool. So I really like that a lot. And what's really working for me right now is understanding the concept of everything, because this is kind of a harder book to read because I read this when I was in like 7th grade, and it was kind of hard for me to understand it, but then my papa got cancer and everything kind of fell into place. So it's really working for me now because I get it, you know, like it's real life situations. I understand what's going on, and nothing is really not working for me. Like, I really do enjoy this book. Like, this is my favorite book. So